Hi, good evening, traders. 30th of August 2021, Monday morning, and it was a very nice high momentum day for the market to kickstart this week. We have the weekly and daily charts of the Nifty. Futures 1.34% up today, 224 points up to close at 16,942. Now this was a very good move from the index to break out from the rising channel that we had spotted on the weekly charts. This establishes very clearly that the index is still in a very strong, resilient uptrend, and there is no dearth of momentum. Of course, 17,000 stays or is the obvious psychological target for the index. We can get a glimpse of that, of this possibility from the shorter time frames. If you recall, we did talk about this flaggish pattern, and generally they say that the flags fly half-mast. So if we just, in a very rudimentary manner, just try and figure out the movement of the prices before the flag and post the flag, it comes around 16,970. 17K, of course, is the psychological level for the index. Momentum indicators do get stretched in these kind of moves, and they are in the shorter time frames. So for the rest of the week, do not get too surprised if the index decides to cool off, consolidate, hold on to its gains, etc. And the index may not gain significantly from here on, because the very first day of the week has made a lot of grounds. But we might continue to get some good stock specific movements. Now it's the Bank Nifty which has a lot of weightage, the banking stocks in our markets, and the Bank Nifty index did also give a pretty encouraging move in today's trade, up almost 2.5%, it's up 2.1%, 753 points up, breaking above the previous swing high. This movement has primarily come from the participation of the private sector banks like ICICI Bank and Axis Bank. The PSU banks are still not doing that great, though the PSU banks in terms of percentages is marginally higher in today's trade. But when you drill down to the individual stocks, you will see that most of the stocks are not playing out that well. In fact, it's only State Bank of India which has some possibility of further upsides. This is the Nifty PSU bank, which is bouncing back and it's in a downtrend, whereas the private sector banks and the Bank Nifty itself is doing very good. IT was the only sector which was negative today, but then come on, the kind of movement, the kind of support that the sector has given to the overall markets over the last few months, we can definitely allow the index to cool off a little bit. And I think it's healthy for the sector and the specific stocks to cool off, so that we can buy them more at lower prices. FMCG, consumer durables are doing good. Real estate has started to pick up also. Auto is a downtrending index. Stocks have been underperforming, but we've got a gap up and some follow through. So yes, some participation from the CNX Auto can also kick in. Having said this, I think we should continue to maintain the bullish bias in the market. There is no doubt whatsoever that the index is in an uptrend with momentum and strength. Try not to go contrarian short at this juncture. There is no particular rational logic on these charts to go short right now. Maybe if we get some strong divergences and some patterns, then we might think to. But apart from that, I will not suggest to go contrarian short in this market. Banks can continue to participate, and please continue to first look at the private sector banks like iBank, HDFC, Axis, and we spoke about Kotak also. So that bank also has a lot of catch up to do. Reliance Industries has played its role. We spoke about Reliance last week, and the stock has come to its swing high, so that stock will also probably slow down a little bit. Stock specific market for the rest of the week is what I sense, so be careful when you pick up these stocks. The markets have gained significantly on the very first day of the week, so let's keep the expectation for the rest of the week a little muted. We'll be fine if the index manages to hold on to these grounds, even if it touches 17k and hold on to these grounds. I think that will be fine. Okay, so far so good. Let's see what's in store tomorrow. Trade well, trade well.